stuck on the right side. I had kidney stones before, so I knew it was a kidney stone right off the bat. I thought I could probably wait it out or go through it, and it would kind of like the pain would go away, but that time it didn't go away. And I remember going into the emergency room just kind of like nonchalant saying, I got a kidney stone, it's over here. And I knew what they would do because I've been through the procedures before, and I would take me into a room and they would give me morphine and the pain would go. I also had a kidney infection and they gave me antibiotics for that kidney infection, and they decided they would keep me overnight and they would do the operation. And so that kept overnight, gave me antibiotics. The operation the next day went pretty smoothly. They broke up the stones, but also what happened that he found out later on that I was one of those persons that the antibiotics they gave to him didn't really impact the infection that I had. So when they shutting down, not just my heart and my lungs. According to the medical records, I was considered clinically dead for about an hour and 45 minutes. But one of the things that really got me is even the process of even the dying piece. When it really came down to it and I knew I was dying, I was surprised how much fear I didn't have. I'm born again, a Christian, and I knew that you go to heaven when you die. And I was looking forward to it. Even when I realized I was dying. And I said to myself, I'm dying. And all I could say after that was, I'm going home. I remember leaving my body and really shooting through the hospital floors and even going into the blue sky. And I remember going into outer space and it was really fast. I used to always try to...
Yo, so y'all be hearing them testimonies and stuff, right? How somebody then died and seen heaven and went to hell. What y'all be thinking about that stuff? I be watching stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? And they be giving like a very detailed description. How you doing? Follow your channel too. Appreciate that. I'm doing straight. Just trying to get more hours with this live stuff. I went live earlier too, but I ain't talking about nothing. Dude talking about what? Let me see. Dude said he talked to Jesus and described what heaven looks like. This dude right here, he claimed he died or something. Son Kiss, what's good with you?
And I do read my Bible, and I remember reading this one scripture says to be absent from the body to be in the presence of the Lord. And all I could say was, that was it, that was it, that was it. That's what really happened. I was moving that fast. I would say faster than a person could blink their eye. By the time the top eyelid hits the bottom one, I was already...
Appreciate y'all for tapping in,
That's how fast it was. As I was going into that realm, and I remember seeing before me that they saw like a light at the end of the tunnel because it's really dark in this one area there.
Yo, dude describing him dying in the hospital and he goes to heaven. I be watching stories like this, but the intrigue. I'm from North Carolina. Yeah, I've been good. I've been doing good. The stories I be liking to hear, like they be very detailed about they went to hell. I mean, went to hell. Them the stories I be listening to, but dude saying he talked to Jesus, he didn't see heaven. And like, yo, these stories be very detailed. It's like, yo, do you believe them, or you can't really speak on what somebody else went through? You get what I'm saying? Unless you went through it. But I'm in South Carolina. Yeah, man, like this stuff is intriguing to me, though. You get what I'm saying?
I can remember it wasn't a light just like at the end of a tunnel to me. It was like a window. It looked like a window. I'm not saying it was a window, but that's the best way description I can see. As I was going toward this light that was before me, it looked like a window. I remember when I came in through that window. Oh man, everything was right. There was nothing wrong. It was peace. There was nothing that would agitate you there. Nothing that would get on your nerves. And the thing that got me more than anything else is I didn't know how out of place I felt before until I went through this experience, because I went in and I fit. I knew I was welcome there. Everything in heaven was welcome me there. Everything. I'm not just saying God Almighty or Jesus Christ.
Appreciate
or the Holy
that.
Spirit. I'm saying everything in heaven literally was glad I was there, and I felt it by looking at everything around me. There were trees there. I felt welcome from the trees. I looked at flowers. They seemed to welcome me. Everything there was so glad.
Y'all, the U.S. just announced that they are cutting off this $6,800 financial aid subsidy program.
And I had showed up. One of the things I wanted more than anything else, and I didn't even know this desire was on the inside of me until really I got there, and that was I really just didn't want to be in heaven. You know, I wanted to see Jesus Christ. I wanted to see him face to face. That was so important to me. Heaven's not heaven without the Father and Jesus. They make up heaven, you know, and I can't
salute to the Bay Area.
You want to be in. It's a person.
Salute to the Bay Area.
So as I was going through a forest, there was a forest before me, a bunch of trees in front of me, and I knew Jesus Christ.
Vallejo, San Diego, Oakland, San Francisco, the valleys, the list goes on. I'm schooled.
Before me, and I felt like they were saying on both sides of me, he's going to see the king.
Messi, Moth, who else?
That's what I felt.
J
like
Diggs, JT Bigger Figures,
so I was
E40,
concentrating more than anything else.
The list goes on. Larry June. I'm schooled to the Bay Area though. I love the Bay Area sound.
I saw Jesus. He was more to the left of me, and he was looking at a bunch of some angels and some what I call redeemed people that had been on the planet and left the planet and went to heaven. And I can remember coming up to him and seeing him. And the first thing I did, stand up and I went down on my hands and knees.
Even these testimonies y'all be hearing, people be saying like, yo, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Yo, them stories be scaring me. Yo, it's people that said they done died, right? They done seen heaven and hell and stuff, right? The people that we look at, like the pastors, the people that we look at like, yo, they hold God on a pedestal and stuff. Those are the people that's really actually in hell, because the acts that they was doing out here wasn't for God. It was for to make themselves look godly. You know what I'm saying? Like people telling some stories about who they didn't see, like who they didn't seen in hell. Like the whole time people is just like screaming and like it's in agony and pain and stuff. And they keep begging for repentance to God and stuff, but God ignoring them and stuff. Like those stories about people that went to hell, yo, those stories begin to me, yo.
And I was looking at his feet. When I say I was looking at his feet, he was still facing the multitude of the crowd before him, and there was millions of them, billions of them, really. You know, I was looking at the side of his feet, and all I could do is I kind of raised my head up enough to see part of his legs, never really his face at that moment, and all I could say was, you did this for me. And everything inside of me, everything about me, knew that the only reason I was in heaven is because of what Jesus Christ had done. Everything was so grateful in my being that he had done that for me.
No, I'm high. I'm sitting up here striking matches, right? And the light is sitting in my face, yo. Boy, I need to put that weed down. The next
thing I could only do was say, thank you, 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 thank you. So I'm thanking him, and as I'm thanking him, I stopped, and then I said, well, the only reason I'm here is because of what he had done. Mentally, I knew he had done it for everyone. But personally, I took it on as so personal that you not only died on the cross so that I could be here, but you created all of heaven just for me. I don't want to say I was being selfish, because I wasn't, but that's what I felt like. He had done it just for me. For then I started looking up his body. I looked up from his feet to his ankles. His ankles loved me. I saw his calves. They loved me. I saw his knees. They loved me. Everything about him I looked at loved me. His hands, they loved me. And then I got to his face, and he looked at me. And this is what really, one of the things that still to this day is one of the things I'll go back to every once in a while and just grab. He looked at me like I never, ever disobeyed him in my entire existence. You know, that really got me. And then I thought about
I'm striking matches, yo. And the lighter right in my face. I can't make this up, man. I can't make this up, man. For real, yo.
That later on, that when he said he forgive you, he forgets it. You know, I read the Bible, and the Bible even says that in the 8th chapter of Hebrews and also the 10th chapter of Hebrews. It literally says that when God forgives you, he forgets it. I experienced that look from Jesus. I knew that I was an eternal being, that I would never die. My body died, but me, this real person on the inside of this body, will never die. The love he had for me would outlast me. It can't outlast me forever. After that engagement with him and he downloading some things inside of me, I call it downloading like a computer. He looks at me and he says, no, it's not your time. Go back. But like that, that's how he says it. I was kind of okay with it.
What? No, it's not your time to die yet. Go back to the life. When I die, I hope that happened to me too. Like, yo, sir, early, it's not your time yet. Get back into your body. You get what I'm saying? You saying he said, like, yo, he was ready to die, but God, Jesus kept telling him, God or whoever kept telling him, like, yo, get back in your body. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, most of these stories I be hearing, like, people be at a hospital from whatever sickness or whatever, and then they just up and die. You get what I'm saying? But when they come back to life, they always say, like, yo, they give a description of the spirit hovering over the world or something like that, and they slowly get back into their body and stuff. I don't know. I never want to experience or know how true or false this is until it's my time to go. You get what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to experience this until it's my time to go. And I said this in another 40 years or so. You get what I'm saying? When I'm 83.
And I remember I didn't go through the forest after that to go back to where I came into heaven. I went over the forest. It's like I flew over it. There is not really flying. You can literally say I want to be 10 feet above the surface there. The best way I could describe it to you that read your Bible is like when Jesus walked on water. And there's no fear, so you can go as high as you want.
He wasn't done with his assignment.
Going over the trees, going back to that place. And when I got to the place that I was going to leave out of, and it wasn't like there's a door there, they open up the door and you go out. It was just like I knew the next step I took, I would be out of that realm. And I remember for a while, and I sensed my body wasn't ready. It wasn't ready. I was so joyful that it wasn't ready. So I remember turning around saying, yes. And the forest was before me, and I knew Jesus was on the inside of the forest, but I felt like I could literally go to the left of the forest. And as I'm going to the left of the forest, oh man, all of creation is so joyful. I saw mountains, and they were beautiful mountains. They looked like ocean waves because they could move. And as they were moving, it looked like the ocean waves going past me, but they were really mountains going. I just, oh man, this is so wonderful. And I'm enjoying it because, to be honest with you, I thought I was going to stay. I knew I had to get back to Jesus, so I came back to Jesus this time around this side of him. And for whatever reason,
this is just a regular dude, man, telling, like, there's numbers of stories like this. You get what I'm saying? Of people that said they done died and they went to hell or heaven. This particular dude said he didn't went to heaven. Most of the stories I'll be into, like, yo, they went straight to hell, like God denied them and they went straight to hell. You get what I'm saying? And the heat is like, it's unexplainable. And all you see is like spirits and like people and stuff like that, like screaming the whole time, like in agony and pain and stuff. It's like those descriptive like stories and stuff. It's kind of intriguing. You get what I'm saying? But this just a regular dude. You get what I'm saying? He a regular dude. And he on here talking about he had kidney stones or something. He went to the hospital and died. He was ready. He accepted. Man, I can't talk this. He accepted his death and shit. You get what I'm saying? But God wanted him to see heaven and different things and stuff. And God told him, like, yo, you ain't ready to get back into your body. You get what I'm saying? But the stories that people be talking about, like they went to hell and seen hell, I done came across a dude, right? He a warlord. He a Christian now, though. This dude was a baby married to, how old was the witch? The witch was 63 years old. But dude was married to her ever since he was a baby. And dude had ownership of a whole lot of witches in Africa and different places and stuff. Over 3,000, 4,000, 10,000. It might be more than that. This one particular dude. And he explained that's why you got to be careful what you ask for. Say, for instance, you might be a person that's running around here out here very impatient, just life, just, you know what I'm saying? You just living life and stuff, not slowing down for nothing, right? But you sit down one day and be like, God, please bless me with patience. You get what I'm saying? And guess what God might end up doing? Letting something happen to the point where you go to jail or prison. You get what I'm saying? You learn patience in jail and prison and stuff like that in uncomfortable situations. So I look at it like, yo, be careful what you ask for. You get what I'm saying? Ask for it a certain way. But dude said, getting back to this warlord dude was like, yo, the reason how he got married, he was a baby and he got married to a 62-year-old witch. And the reason why that happened because his mama couldn't have no kid or something. I forgot how this thing went. She done prayed she could never get a kid or whatever the case may be. So she done went, you know how people be going to the root doctor or whatever the case may be. She done went to the witch and told the witch like, yo, I want a son and such and such and such. Not all she was just listening to was, okay, we're going to grant you a son or whatever the case may be. You wasn't listening to the stipulations behind the stuff. But one of the stipulations was the witch told the mother, like, yo, you are still the mother of him, but you are to give him to me for the rest of your life. The mother was so busy and trained on hearing that, like, yo, I'm ready to be granted a son. You get what I'm saying? I'm ready to give labor one day soon or something, and I'm gonna give birth to a son. So she was basically in tune to that she didn't hear the stipulations that the witch gave her, right? So when she had the boy, and stuff, right? The witch told her, you will have a son and such and such and such. The lady have a son. The witch goes to her, tell her like the reason why she can't keep her son or whatever. Now you telling a mother this, and she just gave birth to a baby. You know the mother got to be around the baby. The baby gonna be very vulnerable and all of that. Need that mother care and touch and all of that. The mother wasn't trying to hear the fact that she had to give her baby over to the witch, but she could still be the mother to the son. So time went by and stuff, right? The lady thought the witch was playing and stuff. So the witch, then the woman then went in a certain room where the baby always be in the crib. And one day the mother goes in there to be with her baby, the son, but she couldn't get to the son because it was a big python. A python or a boa constrictor wrapped around the baby. And this went on for a long time. Like the mother couldn't nurture her baby and stuff because it was the witch had placed a big snake in that room, so the mother couldn't or nobody couldn't tamper with the baby or be around the baby or anything until the baby grew up and get grown. When the baby grew up and get grown, then he gonna be a goddamn warlord, and he gonna goddamn have he gonna rule over thousands of witches all over Africa. And dude was telling that story, yo. I'm talking about, yo. I'm gonna do a live on that, yo. But that, and look, that's crazy. Like the mother could never get to her son because the witch placed a big python in the room and wrapped the python, the python wrapped around the baby and stuff. So he was like that for a long time, but what made him find God and stuff like that, I forgot that. I forgot that story, that part, but what stuck to me, that boy said he was married to a witch since birth, since he was a baby, married to a witch. And look, the crazy thing about it is, right, the day of his birth, right, remember I told you the witch told the lady, the mother, like what the deal was and stuff, right? they had a wedding for the baby and the 62-year-old witch. So she was married to a baby. Told y'all when he got of a certain age, he had the position to rule over 10,000 witches and stuff all over Africa and stuff. See, I be into stories like that and stuff too. But I ain't been too long. Just recently got into those stories when people be talking about they done went to hell or they done went to heaven and it wasn't their time. So their journey and what they experienced, it's hard to explain that because you can't really say nobody lying or capping or doing whatever until you go through it. But yeah, it's been real, man. I appreciate the tapping and stuff, man. Son Kid, Son Kid, salute to you. Tip Savage Queen, salute. Oh man.